Hello, impressive souls, and welcome to Your Impressivity Show. I'm Alex Badita, journaling and storytelling expert, and I'm excited to bring this new show to you. This first season is all about journaling and the power of putting pen to paper in your life and in your business. So let's discover why is journaling so important. Hello! Welcome to the first episode of the new Your Impressivity Show. I'm Alex Badita and I'm your host. And honestly, this is my first time ever creating a podcast. So thank you in advance for your support and for hanging in there with me while I ramble about the topic of today. Now, my intention with this podcast is to share impressive stories and impressive tools that will support you in your growth and discovery. I'm very passionate about mental health and well-being, so there will be a lot about this in relation to your business, to your personal relationships, and overall with your life. The first season is dedicated to my number one tool that I use that has transformed my life, and also the number one tool that I teach, journaling. We'll have some pretty awesome guests coming up in the next episodes, sharing about how they use journaling in their life and business, and also different types of journaling. But I feel like we need to get to know each other first, so I thought I would just start by telling you a bit about journaling and introducing myself, and also introducing this beautiful method so that you get hyped up in case you aren't already. So I started writing in a diary when I was 8 years old, and it's been just a passion that came to me so naturally. I had no idea at that point that it was therapeutic. I had no idea how it was going to change my life, but I kind of kept this habit throughout my school years and high school, and I was just writing down things that were happening, and I still have those journals. I actually found them, and I now keep them in a safer place, and it was really funny to just see all the things that I was thinking and processing at that younger age. It was really fascinating. So if you think you have somewhere around your house some old journals, just make sure that you go and look for them and just take time to read them, because it's going to be such a cool journey down memory lane, I promise you. Now, you might be wondering, why the heck is journaling so important? And to be honest, I had no idea that it can be so transformational until a few years ago, back in 2015, when I was going through a period of panic attacks and full-on anxiety because I wasn't happy with my life. I was just doing things on automatic pilot, and that was it. From the outside, everything looked perfect. I had a very good paying job. I had a boyfriend. I had an amazing social life, my friends, my family. Everything seemed to be just awesome. But on the inside, I was just not there anymore. And it took me a pretty wild panic attack to wake me up from this whole situation. And after I woke up on my kitchen floor with tears streaming down my face and without even being able to breathe, I realized that I needed help. So I searched for a therapist, and I went to sessions for a month. It transformed my life because my therapist kind of discovered my passion for writing, and in between sessions she was giving me different prompts to make me get more acquainted with myself, to rediscover myself and get connected. And it was one particular exercise that has truly transformed my life, and it made me understand how our thoughts control our emotions and our body reactions. So it helps me to become aware of what my thought is in a specific situation, how it makes me feel, and how does that translate in a body sensation. And it was then when I started to pay attention and to hear what was going on in my mind and to start shifting that inner voice. So journaling was the first step in getting me healed and saving me from the panic attacks. And honestly, I was so fascinated that it's such a simple tool that I started doing a lot of research. I started interviewing people and literally just reading anything that I could find on this topic until I said, okay, it's time for me to share this because it's too valuable to keep it just for myself and to just practice it for myself. So I started doing workshops and also writing my first book, Write Your Way to Happiness. And that's when I realized that this is my purpose, this is my mission, to share with the world this beautiful tool, this method, to share with the world ways in which we can rediscover ourselves and pay attention to our well-being, because life is a lot more than just striking different goals and just living our life by other people's expectations. I learned that journaling helps you to clear your mind, and it's probably one of the biggest benefits that journaling has. And it's been so beautiful to understand that just putting down your thoughts and writing about your emotions is going to help you find that peace. At the end of the day, if you just go towards your journal and you put pen to paper and you write about what happened during the day, what you're grateful for, and what you have learned, you can find that peace and go to sleep in a much better way. And I'm not just saying that, there are studies showing how journaling improves our sleep quality. It also means that we are healthier, because when we write down about our negative emotions, we also release that tension and we decrease the activity of our amygdala, which is this part in our limbic system where the intensity of the emotions is registered. So when we start writing about things that make us afraid, things that we worry about, things that make us stressed, all of this just makes us more aware, and it decreases the activity in the amygdala. And this means that we get healthier because the cells in our body are now ready to take their position and fight against other viruses instead of paying attention to keeping us safe from these negative feelings transformed in those body sensations that our body just doesn't know what to do with them. So it's literally a matter of understanding how journaling makes us feel good on an emotional level, mental level, but also on a physical level. There have actually been a lot of studies in the late 70s from Professor James Pennebaker from the University of Texas, and he talks a lot about the connection between writing and healing our physical wounds. And it's fascinating to see how in different types of research, people who went in surgery experienced healing faster after writing down about their pain consistently for days and, being aware of what they were going through. So this just shows that when we face our fears, when we face our worries, it's much more likely that we get to heal them, instead of just pushing them aside or making sure that we don't feel them just to protect ourselves. Because in the long run, they will come up to the surface and they will manifest in a different way, maybe in a disease or somehow, making us angry or triggering us in a completely different situation. And overall, I just think that journaling is really helping each and every one of us to make sense of our own lives. It's literally the power of owning our life and having control over our thoughts and learning how to listen to that inner world, that inner voice, and understanding how that works and how we can actually co-create with that voice, because we can allow that programming and all of these things that we have been believing for so long, we can let them run the show and we can let them make decisions instead of us, or we can step into the driver's seat, and by being aware, by constantly writing and understanding where these things are coming from, we can be fully aware. We can be returning to our self, to that self that is full of love and compassion and understanding, and really making all the decisions moving forward from that place. And journaling just helps us to do that. And, I find that journaling is absolutely important for all of these stages, whether we write about our past, we're looking to heal something, to overcome trauma, whether we're writing in the present and creating the habit of writing for our well-being, for our gratitude, for setting our intention, or if we write about our future and we set goals and plan and we put down ideas and creative thoughts that we have. All of these methods are just simple tools to help us own our life and make sense of it. It's literally just this simple. So this is why I have been teaching journaling for so long, and all of the workshops that I do are really connected to this type of methodology of really discovering our own style of journaling. And the biggest struggle that I see that people have is finding consistency and discipline, because you will see results from journaling, but only if you do it on a consistent basis, only if you do it frequently, and only if you are actually setting your intention to find those results and to create with intention what you are looking for, whether it's healing, whether it's your well-being, your mindset, or planning for your ideal future. And this was actually the idea behind my membership group that I run called the Journaling Studio, which is exactly why I wanted to bring people together to keep themselves accountable, to find a way to stay on track and to build the habit of journaling. And this is one of the biggest things that I want to support people with, to find that discipline and that habit. And this is why overall I believe journaling is so freaking important. As I said, it clears your mind, it keeps you healthy, and it gives you a sense of life, and it's absolutely magical. So I'm really looking forward to bringing you all of the next guests in the following episodes to talk about different types of journaling and how we can use this beautiful tool of putting pen to paper in creating our own life and in literally just taking ownership and living our impressivity. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm so excited to keep this journey moving along with you. See you next time. Thank you for listening to Live Your Impressivity Show. New episodes will be released every 2 weeks on Wednesdays, so stay tuned and come back for more details on journaling, impressivity, life, business, and everything in between. I'm Alex Badita, and until next time, stay impressive.